thought you was a burglar. Why were you yelling?
Frank, we're still supposed to be wearing masks. By not wearing one, you're endangering everyone around you.
Like my kids?
Mm-hmm.
My wife?
Yep.
My parents?
Yes.
My dog?
Registered Youth Vote wants you to understand the voting process.
In-person voting is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
First, educate yourself. Know the facts.
You can get great voter information online.
Or read about the candidates and issues in the voter guide that was mailed to you.
Next, make a plan.
Ask yourself the 4 W's.
Will you go on your own or with someone else?
Maybe get a group of friends together.
What do you need to bring?
In Alaska, you need some form of identification.
You can bring a voter registration card, proof of address, or a photo ID.
But a photo ID is not required to vote.
When will you vote?
Put it on your calendar.
Election Day is the first Tuesday in November.
And polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Where is your polling place? If you don't know where it is, you can find out online.
Now that you know the facts and you've got a plan, you are ready to vote.
Election workers at your polling place will check you in and give you a ballot.
They are there to help.
All you have to do is follow the instructions and cast your vote.
Let's recap. Educate yourself.
Make a plan.
Cast your vote.
Good evening, everyone. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am Leslie Ishii, Artistic Director here at Perseverance Theater. We are so honored that you are tuning in for our program this evening, Voice the Vote. Gunashish for being with us for this important program, this important initiative. And as we do, as we get started, we must properly open our show and begin with land acknowledgement. So I'll share a little bit more about the program and introduce our guests following this important moment. So it's my honor and pleasure to introduce Shakshani Ish, Conrad Frank, a culture bearer and a wonderful dancer, artist in his own right with the Wuxjiing Dance Company. Please give a warm virtual welcome to Shakshani Ish, who will offer our land acknowledgement.
Gunalchish, Leslie, Iyukatangi, Achtuyak Gunalchish, Akunkian, Stakatuhan, Hati Ati, Shakshani Ish, Ayaksai, Wanganid, Conrad Frank, Yukatu Asauk, Angunwe Daxiti, NAD, Ishas, Achlilku Hasteshi Tan, Achtoasiku Gunalchish, Shakshani Ish is my name. Wanganid Conrad Frank. Yuchatu Isak. I also go by Conrad Frank. I am a child of the NAD, as well as a grandchild of the Deishi Tan. I grew up in Ongun, which is about a 5-hour boat ride from here. And I just want to thank you all so much for being here and being in this virtual space with me. And so, as a part of our time together, we want to make sure that we're continually learning about the spaces that we are in and that we are occupying. As for myself, I'm continually learning of the indigenous lands that I get to walk on. My job allowed me to travel all over in Alaska and learn about the special lands and the stories that are attached to them. I get to go up north and learn, stories up in different countries from different elders and different leaders. And each piece of land has its own story of how it came to be and how it taught the people its language and how it brought so much wealth and so much food to the indigenous people. And so we always encourage others to be curious about the spaces that they're in, to be curious about the history that was there for long thousands of years. And so as for myself, I grew up on Ongun, as I mentioned, K-N-A-D, Deishi Tan Ani. But I ended up moving here to Juneau, which is where Perseverance Theater, part of their theater is located, which is on Kwan and the Aku Kwan. And so we want to acknowledge them, and we are ever so grateful to be able to be on this beautiful land with them. And we're ever so grateful for the land that for what it gives us. And so I just want to say Gunalchish to the Aku Kwan and the Aku Kwan for the people of this land and for taking and being good caretakers so that our children and our great-grandchildren will be able to grow up on this beautiful land just as we were able to. So I just want to say Twasigu Gunalchish, Shakatuhan, Aku Kwan and Aku Kwan. Thank you so much. I'm so excited and I'm so honored to be able to open up and so excited to see you all. Gunalchish.
Gunashish, Shakshani Ish, Conrad, thank you so much. So important that we acknowledge the land first. It was a proper opening. Thank you. So once again, I am Leslie Ishii, artistic director here at Perseverance Theater. I go by she, her, hers. And it's my honor to open up our program, Voice the Vote, an important initiative to mobilize the vote and encourage you all to get to the polls. And to help me bring forth this program tonight, it's my greatest honor and pleasure. I've heard so much about this wonderful artist in the Juneau community. She is a multi-talented artist, a tremendous actor, singer, dancer, and has been in many shows on the Perseverance Theater stage. She's also a realtor for Southeast Alaska Real Estate Company. And so let's give a warm virtual welcome to one of the best MCs in Juneau, Ericka Lee. Come on down, Ericka. Hello. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. It's a real honor to get to co-host with you.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to be back in the theater. It's been a while.
Definitely.
And creating art and supporting other artists.
You've been in a few shows here, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Can you share a few of those?
Well, the whole reason I'm here in Juneau, Alaska is because I was brought up to do the show Hair. After that, I did much more. I did Laramie Project, Tommy, whole bunch. I could keep going on and on. But the most recent show that I did is Guys and Dolls. And that was so much fun.
I heard that was a tremendous hit for Perseverance, too.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, amazing. Well, with that, shall we get on with our show?
Let's
Share a
get
little
on
bit
with
about
the
the show. Right on.
So, we have quite a lineup this evening of inspiration and wisdom from our elders all the way down to our youth. So, we're on both ends of the spectrum and everything in between.
Right
we
on.
here at Perseverance Theater are passionate about our arts education programming and the inclusion of young poets. Perseverance has a poetry workshop for youth starting October 20th. So mark your calendar. Don't forget, there's more information coming. Check the website, ptalaska.org. Now, this workshop will be led by Shakshani Ish, Conrad, and Lily Odukirk. So
That's
tonight,
awesome.
I think it's going to be great.
Oh my gosh, they're fantastic teachers. Yeah.
Yeah. Hardcore, leaders in our community as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tonight we bring you a program of artists, musicians, poets, spoken word, everybody, a little bit of rap too.
Ooh.
Yes, I know. And we have civic leaders that have come forth in support of this evening's happening, Voice the Vote. We are reaching wider audiences with our program. All of this incredible Voicing the Vote Alaska talent is being live streamed nationally now.
Awesome. And with that, we have special guests with us. And that gives me the honor and pleasure to share with you that we are we're in partnership from the Writer's Block that is in Houston.
Yes.
Woo. And we are grantees through a Mobilize the Vote initiative with Houston in Action, Art to Action, and hashtag H-Town Votes.
Now hold up, Leslie.
Oh.
Now, I am from Houston, Texas, just to let you know. I got to give you a little lesson. Now, anytime you say H-Town, you can't just say H-Town.
Oh.
You have to say H-Town.
Okay, I'll try.
Give it a whirl.
H-Town?
Yes. You got it.
Woo,
You got it.
So then follow hashtag H-Town Votes.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, I'll go one more time. So we're going to follow hashtag
H-Town
Votes.
You got it.
Woo! So thank you to Houston in Action and Art to Action for your generous support to make this evening Voice the Vote possible. And last night I had the great honor and pleasure of being a part of Writer's Block's wonderful Instagram Live Poetry Slam.
Really? Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. 2 of our poets went there. 2 of theirs are coming here. And they say, coast to coast, east to west. Oh no.
No.
Oh, no, not tonight.
No.
We are going the other direction. We're going the Arctic to the southern border, people.
Now there you go.
We're going Alaska to Houston.
Okay.
Yes, Juneau, Anchorage to Houston. Houston is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, it is my total honor and pleasure to introduce to you this incredible human being that I've gotten to meet as we've created this partnership, AJ McQueen. AJ is the founder of the executive director of the Writer's Block. He's been a tremendous partner. He's a civic speaker, a tremendous leader in his community, but also nationally recognized. Friends, you have got to give a warm virtual welcome to AJ. Come on down, AJ. Hello.
Hi.
You can hear me?
Oh, yep. Loud and clear.
Perfect. Well, one, I thank you for that warm introduction. Felt really good. I'm glad to be here. All the way in Alaska. Oh my God.
Woo, we're coming to you from Alaska, AJ.
I have never been to Alaska before, so
Oh.
I'm glad to be in
Not
Alaska
too late.
right
You
now.
know you're going to have to visit.
I will.
Okay. No, AJ,
Uh-huh.
because I've had the honor of hearing some of your story, will you tell us what inspired you to start the Writer's Block?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, writing started off as therapy for me. I'm very transparent with my story and my testimony. When I grew up in a very dysfunctional household, and so writing was always an escape. It was always therapy for me. So, I didn't even know what it was called. All I knew is that I needed to get out what I had in me. My mom was abused ever since I could remember. I was physically abused as well. So I will always write. And I never shared it with anybody, but it was just always my writing. Fast forward to my early 20s, I was still writing, and one day I was reading this book called The Power of Words, and it was just telling me how you can cancel things out by your words. Like, let's say that you're sick, and then if you say, you can start speaking positive affirmations, say, hey, I'm healed. But in that same moment, if you say you're sick, you just canceled out your faith. Like, you canceled it out. So I just started reading this book just about the power of words. And while I was reading, I went back to writing as well. And I had writer's block. Like, I could not write for the life of me. And again, going back to reading the book, it helped me understand that there's power in your words, and you can say that you have an affliction, or you can also say, hey, I own this affliction, so it's mine to have. So I can choose to have it, or I can choose to not have it. So I, instead of saying that I have writer's block, I kept on telling myself, I own writer's block. Like, it's mine to have. So then I created an organization called Writer's Block. And at first it wasn't really an organization. It was just me. And there was people that wanted to, because I would go to these different places. I would go to open mics. I would go all around Houston performing. And there's people that wanted to be a part of what I had going on. So, I had the courage to name the organization Writer's Block, and so 7 years later, we have Writer's Block, all over the city. We launched a Writer's Block in Dallas. We launched a Writer's Block in San Antonio. We've been featured in magazines, the news. The mayor of Houston, has sponsored and spoke at our events. The list goes on, right? So Writer's Block is definitely something that came out of a very therapeutic place, but I recognize that other artists need the same space to be able to create and share their gifts. So and our motto on the block is that the pen is stronger than the gun. So what we say is that your gift that you have is the strongest weapon that you have. It's stronger than anything. But we like to help people find their gift and activate their gift on the block. So.
Wow. And I love that the word block has significance too, because you do things on the block.
Yeah, it's we
Wow, you have programs.
on the block. It's and again, our organization is full of enthused, charismatic authors, writers, poets, singers, leaders, and so and just encouraging people to pursue their purpose, operate in purpose. I used to be in the gang, and I when I was in the gang, I was in that because I felt like it gave me a sense of purpose. But what we do on the block is we go all over, from the homeless shelters to the impoverished neighborhoods to any communities. We go over, but we primarily focus on the hood because we want to be around those that feel forgotten. We want to be around those that feel left out, and we encourage them that, hey, you have something to write about. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, this is happening in my home, and my mom is doing this, my dad's doing this. Write about it. Well, we don't have anything, we don't have food, we don't have write about it. And next thing you know, we will go back to these communities and check out their writing, and their writers saved their life because it was their means of expression. So, on the block.
I love it. I know
Me
you've
too.
told me in holiday time you give out turkeys on the block, school supplies, backpacks on the block.
Christmas on the block, Thanksgiving on the block. We have an event called A Different Block where I don't know if you're familiar with the show A Different World, but we just put a pin on it and call it A Different Block. And so we just go out and give out backpacks and again, we just want to show our presence, and we assemble like the Avengers. Like everybody's great on their own accord, but we believe that when we're together, we're powerful. And so and a lot of people go through this life not knowing what their gift is, and so on the block we help people find their gift and use it.
Oh, beautiful. And your sister here, she is from Houston. Just saying. Ericka is from Houston.
Okay, H-Time. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Now, AJ, I understand, and I got to experience their poetry last night. OMG. That was a great event last night, and that Instagram Live Poetry Slam. Thank you so much for having our Alaska artists, MC, Mahogany, Magnetic,
They did amazing.
and Erica Bergeron. Awesome.
They did amazing.
Yes, thank you. And I understand you have your two artists who will perform next,
Yes.
Gabe and Chuck Wright.
Yes. So we have a couple artists on the block. They've been in the organization for years. Now. So I'm excited for them sharing their gift with you. Each has their own background, their own story, their own reason for why they're doing it. And this event in particular, Voice to Vote is not just important to the organization, not just important to me, but also important to these two artists that I'm about to introduce. If you will, go ahead and extend a very warm virtual welcome. I think we're going to go ahead and start with Gabe. So we go ahead and call Gabe up, and he's going to go ahead and perform. Then after that, we have Chuck Wright to perform right after that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yes.
It's our honor and pleasure. A warm virtual welcome to Gabe and then Chuck. Thank you. Gunashish.
How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? My name is Gabe, as you know, and today I will be performing a piece. The title is Anchor Baby, and let me see. Okay. So, tell me, what is going to ensue in the zoo? My people are dying and going to jail too. Plus, their one is gone, but it's a war zone back home. I mean, they want to build a wall, but they have tunnels and drones. You are only keeping out the weak that seek the American dream and letting in the strong, that only want to do wrong. No, I ain't crazy. I'm just a so-called anchor baby. I'm just trying to change the status quo, going toe to toe, because how can a stranger hate me and let their anger take me across that line to a land I never knew? See, I've been climbing up, trying to get a better view, and all I see is a Rio Grande. But I feel that divide isn't big enough for us to find common ground. I ain't calming down. I just seen a father and his daughter drown. Plus, my whole family can be deported. My whole reality can be distorted. I just pray I don't lose my sanity going through this torment. I mean, I just want you to close your eyes and imagine. Just imagine. Imagine walking through the desert and your legs hurt and your head hurts and every step's dirt. It takes so much effort just to keep on going. Sun is shining, beaming on your forehead. You just pray that you make it to your doorstep. And when you get there, you just have to stay out the way so you won't get deported.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chuck Wright. I'm a part of Writer's Block. I want to thank everyone for having me on this evening. I'm going to do a piece that's called Unity. Just in the spirit and energy of what's been discussed thus far. We all know that we've got a lot going on in the world. And, again, like what we believe in Writer's Block, one of our mottos is the pen is stronger than the gun. Another one is we don't fight about it, we write about it. So it's just getting everyone to believe in yourself and whatever you're passionate about, whatever you feel like your purpose is, go out every day and do something towards that. So I'm going to get straight into this piece. Again, it's called Unity. Call me Professor Producer. This is for edutainment. Class is now in session. Hashtag enters the booth. I start by pointing out lies to center the truth. We've heard it said before, we shall overcome. Well, the statement is true. I've studied its application through and through. And what I've discovered is that the process starts with you. Now, I'm not trying to be deep or metaphorical, but the phrase is allegorical. Like Egypt, we can be plagued by looking at fathers, brothers, sisters, mothers, and all others as the cover reason for our lack of familial cohesion. In other words, our historical duct tapes aren't in a row, yet we wonder why we can't stick together. Well, if you take out the why doesn't this work for me and the oppressive perspective of pride, you're left with you. So why can't we end the divide? Because we won't look inside. We've let past time become pastimes. This causes our hearts to ache until they flatline. The effect, it leaves us all cold. We verbally abuse each other and think that's called bold. We say that we don't know that we're wrong. I'm not sold. We'll say things like, yo, who you talking to? Because you're not talking to me. Because you couldn't possibly be me. Think about it. We can never go through the same things. You weren't treated like a peasant. We don't fight the same kings. But like I before E, we can't seem to see that in this school of life, we keep getting schooled by the same principles. Excuse me. In this school of life, we keep getting schooled by the same principalities, as if we don't realize the things that aren't even our realities. Well, what's real? We're really all connected. And not one is greater than the other if we're really all dissected. See, everyone chooses to deny their pride, but me, I accept it. Because when I'm real with myself about my feelings, humility is what I'm left with. My battles made me a soldier, and now I'm left right. In general form, it's some things I need to set right. We gonna die, we don't die, we multiply. Well, we're gonna die if we don't unify. But we need YOUNITY. Now, when this gets hard to see, just remember that you is really me. And then we shall overcome. The statement is true, and you'll see why when you spell unity, YOUNITY. So to conclude, we can't have unity without YOU. Class dismissed.
Thank you, teacher.
Wow, thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, Chuck. And oh my gosh, that was just so powerful. Anchor baby going toe to toe. Unity, YOUNITY. Wow. And we're going to die if we don't unify.
It's true.
Woo.
And how we are one, really.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the historical duct tapes. Dividing us. If you don't look inside, we're divided. We
Mhm.
remain divided. Wow, that was powerful.
Mhm.
So we thank Gabe and Chuck and Writers Block. Thank you, AJ, for this partnership. And again, follow hashtag
H-Town. There you go,
Votes.
Leslie. There you
Woo!
go.
All right. Yay.
Yeah. Now, in addition to Writers Block Partnership, we are so honored to be working with the League of Women Voters. The League carries the legacy of women who have fought for the vote, and it is the 100th anniversary of the suffrage movement.
Woo!
I know, that's
Right.
impressive.
Yes.
It is important to also know that Black and Brown women were an integral part to this century's long movement to win the vote for women. The League of Women Voters' mission is to empower voters, protect the future of democracy, and they support safe voting, which is really important right now.
Mm.
They believe that women are a strong force, and they have been supporting this for 100 years.
Wow.
That's a little bit older than me.
Right. And with that, next on our program, we will hear from our Alaska representatives from the League of Women Voters. It is our great honor and pleasure to introduce two civic leaders, activists. They are such powerhouses. Marie Olson, 95. She was there for most of that 100 years.
Yeah.
She's our beloved Tlingit elder who will share her history and understanding of the power and the ability to make change with the vote. Then we also are honored to hear from our current Alaska League of Women Voters president, Judy Andre. Oh, Ericka, we are so honored to have them as they continue their efforts in their years of community and national service. Wow, we're so fortunate. So please give them a warm virtual welcome. Give it up for Marie Olson and Judy Andre.
Kajistan yudu wasak tneget enach anjkastudach ach ishchan kaji han yudu wasakun tneget enach ach klan. Well, my name is Marie, and I'm from the Tlingit. I'm speaking in my Tlingit language, and my father's name is Kaji Khan. He's from Sitka, and my mother is from here, Juneau. The very first time that I voted was probably when I was in my late teens, but I've been voting ever since. And in a way, growing up here in Juneau meant that sometimes there were a lot of other natives around it, but some of them didn't understand why we're voting. And I would tell them, you have to vote. If you want to keep on going to school and getting a job, it's very important to vote. And at that time, too, at the same time, the Tlingit and Haida was being organized. And that's jumping forward to probably in the 40s. And by then I was married in Seattle and in a position too, because during the that time, the Tlingit and Haida land claims issue was really important. And because I opened my mouth, they put me in a position to represent them. So all my life, I guess I've been a voter. I can't remember the exact year it was, but yeah, Elizabeth Peratrovich and her husband Roy, they were part of the Alaska Native Sisterhood and part of the Alaska Native Brotherhood. They were both very, very involved in that. My mother was too, but I was a little bit younger. My mother knew them very well. I think Elizabeth and Roy Peratrovich were very well known because they were advocating for the land claims settlement. Both of them, not just one. And they attended annual, it wasn't an annual, a lot of meetings regarding civil rights. And voting was one of the very important issues that they talked about. They came up to speak to the legislatures when they were in session. And that's when a lot of other natives came, and they would sit in the galley watching whatever was being discussed. And at that particular time, it was civil rights, our rights to vote, and our rights to get a higher education. And I'm so fortunate to get in on this time, because when I was first starting this about 50 years ago, it was scary, you know, and yeah, we were busy fighting with our words. So it wasn't just voting, what voting means to me. I had to go home and tell them what voting can do for them. So voting was extremely important. We couldn't buy a house if we didn't vote. We couldn't buy, my father couldn't buy a car or own a car if he didn't get to vote. A lot meant on that. So yeah, voting wasn't just a small time thing. It's not only us, but it's everybody. Everybody has to be counted. It's not just us, but it's more important to us because of our relationship, the American Indian relationship with the government, that we have to vote.
Hi, my name is Judy Andre, and I'm currently president of the League of Women Voters of Alaska. My message to you today is to please go vote November 3rd. It's easy in the midst of all the political chatter to throw your hands up in disgust and step away. But remember, this is your country. You elect people to represent you, and your voice must be heard at least through your vote. When voters are engaged, our society can make progress toward justice at all levels. When voters pull away and disengage, our democracy is slowly weakened and gives more power to those who would try to imprint their own agendas on it. So citizens, get out there and vote. Early voting begins October 19th, and if you've forgotten to register, you can still show up at the poll, ask for same-day registration, and vote for president and vice president. November 3rd. See you at the polls.
Oh my gosh, wonderful. Thank you, Judy, for that reminder. If you didn't register, you can still get to the polls on the 3rd. Show your ID and vote for president and vice president. That's powerful information.
It is, indeed.
Yes, and thank you to our elders for lifting up Elizabeth Petrovich, such an important figure here in Alaska, but also to the entire U.S., leading the way around civil rights and for Alaska Natives to vote and have their rights. Wow, it's so important to hear from our elders and they just keep dropping that wisdom
As they do, yeah.
about our past, but certainly we're grateful because they're still here to give us direction for where we still need to go. So Gunashish.
Yes,
Gunashish.
absolutely. Gunashish Marie. And thank you, Judy, for those inspiring and powerful messages. Next up, we are so thrilled to welcome 3 Juno artists to the stage. First, we're going to hear from a singer-songwriter, friend of mine, Marion Call. And then we're going to hear words from 2 of our brilliant star program artists. Now, one thing that's really important to know about our star program is that is where we train our youth in the arts. And so we get the pleasure of watching these kids grow up on stage. And so we have 2, not so little anymore, but youth, Elizabeth Hope and Seth Copens, that we have watched grow up on this stage. It's a pleasure to welcome them here today. Now, you must know that it is our passion that we hear from all of our youth, our young poets. And as we go to the polls, it's important that we keep in mind our young folks who are not of age to vote. We represent their lives and their experiences when we vote, and we are paving the way for them.
Thank you for that. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Turn the page. So everyone, please give a warm virtual welcome to this talented singer, musician, Marion Call, and our 2 young artists, Elizabeth Hope and Seth Copens, as they speak so honestly, so truthfully, and with such vision.
Thank you so much, Perseverance. This is Marion in my home studio. I've just made a draft of a new song, and it's for those of us who are maybe not so loud and feel like the loudest voices are overwhelming us. But our voices matter too, and lifting up one another's voices matters. So this is a song about finding our voices right now. 1, 2. I've been a little bit scared of the microphone. I've been a little bit scared of the microphone. Who am I to speak in times like these, and what is there to say but no? I'm sorry, dear, I've been a little bit scared of the microphone. I've been a little bit scared to speak alone. Who wants to hear? Who needs me now is nobody, and how I know. But if you're a little bit scared of the microphone, my friend, if you're a little bit scared of the microphone, then I'd say bring your voice and bring your own. We need everyone right now. We're less without you. Stick around, oh my love. If you're a little bit scared of the microphone, still here we are. So bring your voice, bring your own, bring your voice and bring your own to this moment, to this moan. No one knows what you have known, no, my love. If we're a little bit scared of the microphone, hold my hand.
Hello, I am so glad to be here today to read my poem. I am Elizabeth Hope. This is a poem I've written, and I've titled it To Be for the People. So, To Be for the People by Elizabeth Hope. Vote, 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 but only for the people, only for the people. Contribute and play fair, but only for the people, only for the people. Create, share, inspire, but only for the people, only for the people. Not for the corporations, not for the rich, only for the people. We must vote, we must contribute, we must play fair, we must create, we must share, we must inspire. But why? How? What for? Well, we each have our own reasons, but it must be for the people. We say we are free and equal and fair, but we are not, because we are not for the people. We must dare to explore, to revive, to accept, to fail, to succeed, to try again and again, all for the people. So I say again, vote for the people, all of the people. And so I say again, make peace for the people, explore for the people, succeed, fail, try for the people, be for the people, be with the people, be the people. We are to be the people. Thank you for letting me share my poem. I'm so glad to be here today, and I'm Elizabeth Hope. I have been Elizabeth Hope. I still am. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is Seth Copins. My pronouns are he, him, and they, them. I am a trans-masculine, non-binary identifying individual, and I will be reading my poem, I Am a Mouse. I am a mouse in a community of cats. I am not heard when I speak. 2 snakes visit our community. 1 snake could kill me with a venomous bite, the other a deadly hug. The snakes can only injure the cats. I think to myself, well, the cats could overpower these snakes. The cats outnumber the snakes 10-2. I watch the cats, give shelter to the snakes so no one gets hurt. I squeak, that doesn't make sense. I squeak, what about me? I am left out. A snake slithers in. I am a mouse. I am forced to hide in the walls of the community with even more vigilance than before. I can't afford to be seen by this new snake. I must protect myself. The cats no longer see me around. They soon forget I exist. I'm still hiding. I want this to stop happening to mice like me. It's not fair. So I ask all of you cats out there to think beyond the system that we have, to continue building up our communities, to listen to the mice within our communities. Keep listening to us resilient mice. What we say can bring systemic change. Good night, sheesh.
Sheesh. That was
sheesh.
powerful.
Wow. Listen to the mice, the resilient mice.
Yeah. And
Wow.
even exploring what position you have in that. Are you a mouse or a cat?
Yes.
Or a snake?
Oh, yes.
Very
And
nice.
then, oh my goodness, Elizabeth, for the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, always
It's
about the people, thinking about the people.
Isn't it refreshing
Beautiful.
to see a perspective, such a strong vision from our youth like this? I mean, it's just
Yes. Important when we go to the polls to remember them. And Marion Call about the microphone. We just have to say, oh yes, the microphone in our logo here for Voice the Vote. AJ McQueen helped us make this logo for our t-shirts and beyond. I'm always going to have this t-shirt every time I go to vote. So anyway, thank you, AJ. Just love that Marion Call connected us right to that microphone. How can we amplify our voices and our message? Just to encourage everyone to please voice the vote, get out and vote.
And we're lucky we get to vote in style.
Yeah, that's
Thank
right.
you, AJ.
Awesome. Well, Ericka, now it is my pleasure to invite our illustrious Perseverance Development Director, Ben Brown, to our live stream. And as you know, Ben is a talented actor, and he has graced these stages of Perseverance Theater and the Performing Arts Center in Anchorage, of course, throughout the state. I know he's toured shows. So help us give a warm virtual welcome to our development director, Ben Brown. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hi, Leslie. Hi,
Thanks
Ericka.
for joining us.
Thank you for the kind words. I'm very, very happy to be here. You guys are doing a great job. Some really amazing talent you've showcased tonight. And just from soup to nuts, from the beginning, those slides, those factoids about voting in Alaska, about the history of women's suffrage. Marie Olson, so adorable.
Right.
In the interest of full disclosure, my mom, Dr. Carolyn Brown, has been involved with the League of Women Voters for many years, and she helped get Marie to do this. And that was just awesome. But Seth was wonderful. Seth and I got to be together on stage there in To Kill a Mockingbird. Ericka, you and I were in Tummy, as you'll recall, many a year ago. And Leslie, at some point, you and I are going to create some art on that stage too. I know
I can't wait, Ben. Yes, this is my opportunity to give a beautiful shout out to your mom, Carolyn Brown, and again, Judy Andre, who we took meetings together. They helped us organize and get the information so that we could come forth this evening with all these great pointers about voting and getting our vote mobilized. Yeah.
And that segues perfectly, because the grant that we received from Houston in Action was a bit of a long shot, but Leslie, you brought some of your national connectivity to the project. We were able to generate the resources to make this a partnership between Texas, where my mom, by the way, was born, and Alaska, where I was born. Thank you, Mom.
Oh my gosh, Texas. All these connections.
So Houston in Action, Art 2 Action, and I'm going to try to do this right, hashtag H-Town votes.
There you go, baby.
Woo-hoo, you got that right.
B plus, B minus, anywho. Those are the grantors for this specific activity, and that's great. But as people who are watching know, at least the Alaskans who know us, and I'm sure it's the same in the great state of Texas, where my friend Gary Gibbs runs the state council on the arts, the Texas Arts Board.
Oh, awesome.
In every state, it requires all sorts of resources to make the arts happen. And we at Perseverance and Juneau are so grateful for our foundation partners, Rasmussen, Mellon, Schubert, Atwood, Juneau Community. I could go on and on. If I forgot, you forgive me. Our corporate sponsors. We're in a state of flux now because of the new programming realities, but the Juneau Radio Center and KTOO are helping us get the word out online on the radio airwaves so people know about events like this. And I could go on and on. Charlie Williams and some of the paint behind you on the sets from Valley Paint Center, for heaven's sakes.
Absolutely. Please do.
Really important is individual donations. And so you'll be hearing from us pretty soon about our plans for the individual donor campaign this particular season. Other things going on, and I'm sure you'll hear, you've already received an email. Perseverance Everywhere is our new membership program. And that comes with the ability to see things like this that are live stream theater that would otherwise have a price point. You will get in because you are a member of Perseverance Everywhere. Learn more about that on our website. Coming up, we've got Spirit of the Valley by our longtime actor, former development associate, and brilliant playwright Frank Henry Kashkatas. Good old Sheesh for Spirit of the Valley, which is coming up. You're going to love that. And then after that, Vera Starbard, our Mellon resident playwright, has a Tlingit Christmas Carol. There's one more Christmas coming up. Stay tuned for that. Just real quick, because I know we're a little over time. I voted today. I took my spouse and my mom's ballots to the federal building, and I gave them to the gentleman at the counter, and I saw him stamp them. It's not hard, people. Just get out there and do it, and then you've done it, and it's all good. So with that, mahalo nui loa. Thank you guys so much for being you, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Ben. Gunashish, aloha, mahalo.
Thank you, Ben. Well, it's our great pleasure to introduce community leader and civic speaker, Sherry Patterson. Woo! Sherry loves Juneau and loves this community, and she shows it. Among her community roles are president of Black Awareness Association, co-chair with First Lady Donna Walker, and Bridge Builders of Juneau, and conference chair of the Roar Women's Conference, sponsored by Search.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear Sherry speak.
Oh, I'm always excited to hear her speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's an awesome leader in this in this community. And after Sherry speaks, we will turn back to our youth and hear an important message from the Anchorage Youth Vote. Folks, you want to hear this. Don't miss this. And that will be followed by a young man who we are learning is mischievous and sly, entertaining and kind, brilliant and shy. Tavin Ohana. Can't wait to hear Tavin. So with that, let's go to Sherry.
Hello, I'm Sherry Patterson with the Black Awareness Association in Juneau, Alaska, and I'm honored to be here tonight to help and to encourage you to get out and vote. The name of this event is Voice the Vote. I love that title because there's something about our voice. You know, I was reading in Psalm 29 recently, and it said, the voice of the Lord is powerful, and the voice of the Lord is like thunder. So I encourage you to go out and vote powerfully with your voice. Vote thunderously with your voice. Show up as never before. Get up on November 3rd and put on your lipstick and your makeup and run to the poll and vote. If you know someone who needs a ride, please pick them up and take them with you. And if you are voting by mail, get those in the mail and get them in the mail now. Someone said recently that they send theirs certified to make sure they got to the right place. I love that. That's called determination and tenacity. And I love that. So I encourage you, get out and vote. I would never not vote. I heard someone say recently also that they were not pleased with either one of the presidential candidates, that they were going to write in a cartoon character's name. Don't do that. You know what? People bled and died for me to have the right to have my voice be heard. Don't throw away your vote. Don't throw away your vote. Don't throw it in the trash by doing that. Choose one and run with it. Go to the polls and vote. I have people that came before me, people who stand with me today, and people who are coming on my coattail. I believe that I need to be an example, and I encourage each of you, be an example to the generation now and to the generations that are coming after you. Stand up, get to the polls, let your voice be heard like thunder on November 3rd. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. I'm honored that I was asked to participate. November 3rd, vote, V-O-T-E, and vote powerfully. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. God bless you.
I run this country.
I'm not just a servant to its economy, distracted by memes and reality shows, but an active problem solver.
I am more educated, diverse, and digitally fluent than any other generation before me.
I am the most capable of making an impact.
Political mudslinging and personal agendas have no place in my country.
I expect well-formed policy and accountability.
Being elected means you work for me.
I put you there, and I build the laws that govern my land.
I am the future of democracy.
I am Youth Vote.
When I cast my ballot, consider it a well-informed vote for what I believe in.
Are you wondering, should I vote? How would I make the best choice? Well, it depends on who you think is the best leader for our nation. Agree or disagree, some think this one, some think that one. It all depends on who you want to lead your country. If you say, well, what qualifications would I choose? It's your choice for who you want to change the rules. Remember, that's your choice, no one else's. It's good to vote, to choose a new leader, to have someone you believe in office. When you think about it, you can vote to change a problem. Our nation is suffering. When you vote, you are impacting people's lives. Whether you vote or whether you don't, lives are changed. Ask yourself, is it right? Is it true? Is it what I want? Is it what I need? Is it for the people? Is it from my heart? Don't let other people choose your vote. It's your vote and your vote only. You don't have to let other people choose who you want to lead you. You don't need other people to overpower you. It's not their choice. It's not their right. It's not their vote. So just remember your choice, your heart. One way or another, your vote will change the world.
Oh, wow. Your voice will change the world. Okay, now the youth are dropping some wisdom.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't expect that.
Woo!
Oh my
Awesome.
goodness.
And Sherry saying, be a model and your voice will be heard like thunder if you vote on November 3rd. Wow.
Yes, Miss Sherry. I love listening to Miss Sherry. Miss Sherry, just want to let you know, I will have my lipstick on and get dressed, and I will go and vote November 3rd.
Yes, awesome. Oh my gosh, these entries are so powerful. And that video, I run the country.
Oh, yeah.
From
yeah.
Anchorage Youth Votes, and then Tavin, you showing up from Anchorage. Thank you so much, Anchorage. You are in the house.
Yeah. Dropping
Wow.
the mic. Yes.
Dropping the mic. Boom. We got a microphone kind of a thing going on here.
We do.
Beautiful.
It's about your voice. It's amplified, showing up thunderously. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not over, folks. We got a whole lot more happening. So next up, we have two more very important, honest, authentic, and powerful voices of our community. Now, this person does not make ripples. She has made waves. We are speaking of the one and only Gigi Monroe, activist and mother of Juneau's drag community. She will share what the power of voting means to her with the national campaign. Mind you, I didn't say just Juneau campaign, but national campaign, Drag Out the Vote. Love it.
Awesome.
And then we'll have a brilliant piece by Black and Clinton artist, Ericka Lee. Both of these artists reflect back to us the power of self-examination, which is so important, and a truthful assessment of past and present, and therefore the vital need to vote.
My name is Gigi Monroe, and I'm a drag queen. I live in Juneau, Alaska, and have been here for 7 years. I perform, produce drag shows, and mentor a group of local kings and queens. Before I started drag in 2004, I was involved in activism in the LGBTQ community. I knew the power of people coming together to advocate for ourselves, to learn from each other the things that were never taught in schools or from families, and to raise our voices and effect change. When I found drag, it was the perfect fit. All kinds of people coming together to challenge gender and sexuality norms in a way that built community. Plus, it was really a lot of fun. But before moving to Juneau, I never really connected to voting. Sure, I'd vote in presidential elections, but I didn't understand or value the link between building community and local or statewide politics. Quickly after I arrived, I saw regular old people who cared a lot about elections. I saw organizing efforts directly related to electoral politics and met people passionate about voting and in every election. Well, fast forward to 2020, and we have all had to adjust, whether we lost our stage, our social lives, our faith in humanity, our jobs, tragically a loved one. This has become a time for major reevaluation. For me, I've gone from packed venues with patrons eager for the excitement of live entertainment and designing wigs for drag queens all over the world to a time where my only option for real connection is using a video. Digital drag is not the same as live performance, just like this election is not the same as any other election. So I'm committed to learning digital drag and also new ways to engage in democracy because my commitment to building community has never been stronger. This is the moment when we must activate and engage. It just isn't an option to sit on the sidelines screaming into the void anymore. Let's turn our frustration into action, helplessness into power, isolation into unity. That's why I volunteered to become a drag ambassador for the National Drag Out the Vote campaign. 300 artists from all 50 states are using our virtual platforms and our platform heels to increase voter registration and turnout for the national election November 3rd. By voting, talking to your close friends and family about voting, posting about how to vote on social media, checking in with everyone you know to make sure they did vote, those are all ways we can create the communities that function in a way that supports us all. I'm Gigi Monroe, Drag Ambassador for Drag Out the Vote 2020, and I approve this message.
Say my name, say my name. Sing it with B, but you don't feel the pain when we say her name, say his name, recognize lives stolen, gunned down, man down, bullets rain. Protect and serve, dodge charges, swerve. Hide behind a badge, hide behind bourgeoisie, publicity, reasonability. Reasonable? Never been that. Since time immemorial, ask me, time for land back. Stolen land, stolen labor by stolen hands. Never been yours, forced to till these shores. Refused the ballot, fed the bullet, 6 in the chamber, wait till they pull it. Pull a fast one, big surprise, you're redistricted, redlined. Don't want your vote, just shut up and play Tom, play minstrel, slay girl, slay. Real voice silenced, your ballot revoked, your life doesn't matter, COVID got you choked. Statistics, look mama, I missed it, missed the dropout, missed slang and disease, missed the cell, missed my body swinging from a tree. Gee, sometimes I wonder how many of my family members hung from your granddaddy's family tree. Crowd watching, crowd cheering, tweet, another billionaire, another 200,000 in the ground. Babies in a cage, mothers crying, Father, 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 help us. Rage against the machine, against the pack. Vote it loud. I'm proud and I'm black. I vote for me, vote for we, vote for the future I want to see. Vote for my peoples, present and past. Vote to walk these streets. Free at last, free at last, free at last.
Wow.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Powerful. Vote for we, for the future we want to see. Wow. Truth.
You know what I find inspiring is the way that people are encouraging others to vote and fighting for that voice in different ways. You know, the difference between the way Miss Yana does it or Gigi Monroe, it's all powerful and they're all gathering people that follow them and inspiring everyone the way they know how to do it, sharing their gift, just like AJ said earlier.
Yes, sharing their gifts.
Yeah.
I love Gigi is inspiring us to wear our platform heels.
I love that.
Transformation into action.
Yeah.
No use screaming out into the void, but transform and put it all into action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, speaking truth. And, you know, this team that worked behind the scenes with Perseverance, we were so clear that we wanted to amplify the voice of our artists because they inspire us.
Mm-hmm.
They help us heal, and they build community. They bring us together, all these different aesthetics, all these different styles, and the way they put words and the images together, their histories from our elders. It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that, oh my goodness, it's time to start to draw us to a close.
I can't believe it.
I know. I know. So I just want to give a shout out first to the chat. The chat has been active. Thank you
On
all for
fire.
tuning in.
Yeah.
Andrea Asaf from Art to Action, one of our partners, along with Houston Action, has been in the chat. Renee's been in the chat. So Lisa, Caleb, Tracy, and then Stacy Katas as well. One of the pieces said, be an example, vote and be heard like thunder. That was Sherry, that thunderous voice and action that we have to put our ballot in the box.
Yep.
So with that, again, I thank AJ and the Writer's Block, Houston in Action, Art to Action, that put us together in a partnership, our donor, and follow hashtag H-Town Votes. And thank you to our partners, League of Women Voters, and of course, Sherry Patterson at the Black Awareness Association, our elders, Marie Olson, Judy Andre, and a big shout out to Carolyn Brown, who helped us bring all of these folks together. And as I mentioned, a special thanks. It takes an entire team behind the scenes. Oh my goodness. Irene Martinko from designing our virtual lobby to helping all of this come together as well. Lily Odekirk, who is our arts education program manager. Jennifer Bobbywash, our production manager, helping to bring all our talent organized and all these pieces together. Joseph Biagini at the helm as associate producer, and at the other part of the helm, we share power here, folks. Our managing director and our in-house tech guru, Frank Delaney. Thank you so much to all of you. And I know you have more thank yous too. It goes on and on. It takes a whole community to bring these voices together.
It really does. And we all come together and we create great things. And we have some wonderful artists that we need to thank for making this event possible. Chuck Wright, Gabe, Marion Call, Elizabeth Hope, Seth Copens, Tavin Ohana, Anchorage Youth Boat, Gigi Monroe, and Mishiana Elise.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Our artists, we reached Anchorage, Juneau, Houston, and of course we were streaming out virtually nationally. So thank you all. And I would be remiss. Oh my good. I wouldn't feel right about this. Ericka?
What wouldn't you feel right about?
I have to share with you my deepest gratitude. What an honor and pleasure to co-host with you.
Leslie, I didn't know what you were talking about.
I know. I was hoping for that. I surprised you a little bit. But oh my goodness, you're so talented. You've been such an important leader, artist, voice in this community and throughout Alaska as a performer. And I know you mean a lot to the people that you support and help as a realtor. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your service. Thank you for saying yes to co-hosting. I can't wait for the next collaboration.
Oh, me too. I'm excited. This is our first time sharing the stage, and I loved it. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Well, I gotta. Oh, are you done talking?
I think we are.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna talk then.
Okay, right on.
Okay, thank you. So, guys, we are excited to leave you with one more final performance. We hope it inspires you in the same way it inspires us. Please help us welcome the incredibly talented duo and our local Alaskan rappers, Chris Talley and Arius Hoyle, otherwise known as Radiophonic Jazz.
So good night from us. Wear your mask. Take good care of each other, of the community. And we can't wait to see you on the next time. And how beautiful to leave you with this last piece. Goodness.
Yo, what's good? I'm Radiophonic Oddity. I'm AJ, means Air Jazz. Together we're Radiophonic Jazz, and this is for Voice the Vote. So here we go, yo. Hey, this is for the future, ain't got a winning team. All I wanna find is my American dream. Yo, something clean for our system, I don't wanna fight. I want education and I want equal rights. I don't want division and I don't want a war. I want equal care for the rich and the poor. People are still suffering, some folks have almost nothing. Lots of us right now are struggling, so let's try not to judge a friend. Hate spreading like a disease. Healthcare unaffordable to those in need. I just want peace all around, no more bombs to the ground. Look at all that's going down, founding fathers ain't proud. Life's hard, right now we're at each other's throats. I better see you at the polls when it is time to vote. We need change now, today it's gonna start with us. So please vote to help us fix America.
For development, fella, just cast a vote for president. Friend with benefits of the doubt, no one will sell a bit. Wanna see a seat sells with no choice to sell like kids. Might as well protect yourself, it grows more relevant. You and me, unity, Pantherlastic. Destined now, but rest in power to Panther Chadwick. Plan Jurassic Park, I'm a T-Rex. I need checks, my rejects, time to reflex. The state of ours is catatonic, my power's subatomic. Changes from small towners to macrocosmic. Y'all fall down like a comet, don't get flustered. I've got all of my stars out, I'm a cluster. Was never fond of a colonizer, want a pollinizer. My Negro, yo, I'll fall and rise up. Now all eyes are on you, say wish secure. Choose the side you like and stay insecure.